Hey there, Dungeon Masters. Lark here with another episode of Boss Battle. This week we're going to be looking at my plan for how to run a young blue dragon as the best battle ever. As usual, we're going to try to break this fight into 3 phases, though honestly, with something as epic as a dragon, you could break this into 5 phases if you wanted to, but we're going to stick with 3 for now, and then you can play with it with the ideas that we bring. This young dragon specifically is one that we've been dealing with in my campaign for some time. So I'm going to give you guys some plot ideas, things that you can use, because a dragon, in my opinion, be it young, adult, or ancient, should always be a major encounter. And because dragons are not just monsters that are mindless, they typically have some sort of plot or plan. I have named this creature. His name is Anaxaster from Storm King's Thunder. And he has decided that to get revenge against the party for things they've done to interrupt his past plans that they didn't even know about, he is going to raise an army that he will use to kill the party. It's quite the plan. But to do so, he's taken a couple steps that occur within the Storm King's Thunder campaign, and I've kind of made him the background cause for a lot of things. It is your choice entirely if you want to use these things specifically or use them as inspiration for your campaign. I think it's always good for us to think about the creature as more than just an entity in a room, but what else is going on with it. In our story, Oralbar was recently attacked by stone giants. The city was almost destroyed, and people ran in fear. Until a sorcerer showed up named Lord Anaxaster. And this sorcerer fought off the stone giants, banishing them from Oralbar and allowing a lot of people to move back to their homes and even people to now move in to Oralbar. An awesome success story. The party hears about this success one way or another, and they end up coming to Oralbar for some reason. When the party arrives, they find that there's almost a cult-like worship of that leader. And Lord Anaxaster only makes appearances for a couple hours a day where he comes out of the old broken, busted up cathedral to preach to the people about whatever religion he's using as a front for where his powers come from. And then he fades back. He's also going to have a honor guard where he has a great half-orc paladin that protects him, and a cleric, or if you want it could be even a sorceress or a wizard that protects him as well. Now, typically what we do is we max out for any boss battle the hit points. That's your choice on a dragon, because they've got quite a few. And at CR 9, maxing them out at like 224 hit points, I think, is a lot. He may even have more than that. And with an AC of 18, he's already going to be hard to hit. So it's your call if you want to max out his hit points or not. I'm still going to. Now, as we get to town, the party is going to meet people, and we're going to drop little hints on how stone giants raided the city, the place was destroyed, this sorcerer came and fought them all off. We want the party to want to meet Anaxaster. And remember, Lord Anaxaster's only goal is to kill the party. So when he finds out that they're in town, he will invite them into the cathedral. If the party ends up getting into the cathedral before he is given notice, that's fine too, because we're not going to need a whole lot of fights to wear the party down before this main battle. Now, once Anaxaster gets the party alone in the cathedral, that's where we're going to begin phase 1. Now, keep in mind, at this point, even though he is a young blue dragon, he has not revealed to anybody that he is that. Instead, he's been portrayed himself almost entirely as a sorcerer, a great and powerful sorcerer, the son of an ancient sorcerer, however you want to put it. But he's a lightning sorcerer. And that's how he's going to appear to the people. And that's how he's going to appear to the party. So when he first engages the party, he just looks like a guy. Maybe a little eccentric, strange. Maybe he's got blue lightning tattoos across his body or some ancient sand runes. But whatever the case, he just looks like some sort of sorcerer, maybe even a priest. When the party first encounters him, he is going to thank them for the work they've done. And he's going to do it with a little bit of animosity. Start to discuss how they got in the way of this when they succeeded at this. And he's going to drop even further hints that they've been stopping his plans, even though the party may not know what his plans have been. And he may even reveal that he's been helping the people of the city and doing his best to build up a militia. Now, this first encounter with Anaxaster can be the deadly one, or if you want, you can even save that for a future fight with Anaxaster. Anyhow, decide how you want to run this and let your party decide if they think he's enough of a threat to attack or if they're going to try to get more information. A great thing to keep in mind is that a blue dragon is an intelligent creature, and if Anaxaster does not think that he has the power to kill the party, remember that's why he's raising an army in the first place, he's not going to do so. He's not going to launch an attack unless they launch one first. They would have to realize what he is, what he's doing, and launch their attack. Maybe they talk to the stone giants and they find out that a dragon scared them off, not a sorcerer. Maybe they talk to the townsfolk and enough clues are sprinkled around town to realize that something's wrong and why he only comes out for an hour a day or so. Whatever the case, make it obvious to the party that he's a bad guy, one way or another. Maybe not, don't tell them he's a bad guy, but make them start to think, something's wrong with Anaxaster. How come he only comes out once in a while? How come somebody threw an egg at him that one time and he immediately had to cover up and run away? All of these should be pointing to things like he's maintaining concentration on a spell. He can't lose that concentration or he will reveal what he really is. Now, once you're ready for that confrontation, the party should meet Anaxaster in his cathedral. I recommend really setting up your setting by having thunderclouds, lightning flashing across the sky. Maybe it's always night in Orlebar. Maybe there's a constant thunderstorm. Everything's always soaked, and they're trying to rebuild the walls, but the rain keeps pouring down, and they can't dry the cement. Some other problems that would suggest that this might be a dragon's lair. Now, I know they're not supposed to have legendary actions, but I do like the idea of Anaxaster having been in Orlebar long enough where this is now his lair and he does affect the weather. Once the party confronts Anaxaster, he will start by trying to maintain his illusion, his polymorph. And he will have his trusted knights, his honor guard, and his wizard, or whoever you want to have him have, attack first. This makes for your grind before the final bout. Rather than having them go through a dungeon, they fight his entourage. And he can even help with the fight by using lesser lightning spells that don't require concentration. And that's going to be important. You can have the wizard or the cleric or whoever she's going to be use concentration spells, but Anaxaster, in all of his power, won't use them. You can have people in town talk about spells that Anaxaster uses, and they're never concentration spells, which might alert the party, or it might not. Who knows? Maybe the townsfolk even question why he never uses concentration spells. He only uses instantaneous spells, like lightning itself. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, so we're in the throne room. We've got some lore on Anaxaster. We know something's up with him. We've decided he's a villain. We launch our attack on him. His honor guard jump up to get in our way, and they fight on him. I would say give an 16 to 18 AC to his honor guard for both the knight and the witch, however you want to do that. Couple spells fly off every turn. He's not using any legendary actions, maybe just one spell. The witch gets to use a spell. The honor guard fights with sword or sword and shield. Maybe two swords. Skip the shield. Let his AC be a little bit lower. And the party starts winning. This is the important moment. Anaxaster should have had time to talk about how he wants to defeat the party, as long as you're monologuing during phase 1. He's had time to say what his plan was all along to defeat your party, as long as he has time to monologue. And his two compatriots start to get frustrated. It's starting to sound like their leader is a bad guy. They might question that. Maybe a morale check. Maybe they skip a turn as they glance between the party and their boss, Lord Anaxaster, for a moment. Your choice if you want to include that, because they don't know his secret that your party may have figured out. If the party shouts it out, they will not believe that for a second. They have no reason to believe that their leader, who helped save Orlebar from stone giants and has been helping build a militia to fight against future threats, is evil. They wouldn't believe that. In fact, he's been doing this for almost no profit. Actually, he's boosted the economy of the town. Where he got all that gold from, we don't know, but he's been just so giving. How can he be evil? Until something finally lands on Anaxaster that breaks his concentration. When this happens, we go to phase 2. The reveal of Lord Anaxaster, the young blue dragon. Hopefully at this point he still has just under a couple hundred hit points, so he's still quite strong. Maybe even his 2 honor guard are weakened or hurt by the battle that just happened. If that's the case, that's fine. Maybe even one of them's dead. But what's going to happen as soon as he transforms is whoever's left in the honor guard is going to turn on him. This gives the party more time to land some blows against this nasty, nasty threat. In which case, because he must keep his secret a secret, Anaxaster will turn on his honor guard and kill them first. This gives the party time to heal up, reposition, or get out of there if they realize they are way overpowered when that first lightning bolt strikes for 10d10 lightning damage. So now we're in phase 2. The party can choose to continue to fight or they can exit. Whatever the case, the dragon is going to kill his honor guard. As soon as that's done, we're moving on to phase 3. Now this can happen again one of 2 ways. The party runs or the party continues to engage. If they run and they leave the cathedral, once he has killed his honor guard, Anaxaster will fly into the town to continue to try to kill the party. If they choose to stay and fight, same thing happens. He's going to try to escape after phase 2 of him killing his own party and fly into the town. When that happens, he will use the changed terrain to his advantage. It is raining, there is lightning flashing from every direction, it is dark, and he will fly between buildings to try to isolate party members and use that breath weapon attack as often as possible. Maybe even pick one up and throw them into the air, or carry them up and try to drop them from a massive height. Whatever the case, phase 3 does not have to be a fight to the death. Remember that the young blue dragon is an intelligent creature and he knows he's got thousands of years to live. Being only 100 or 200 years old, he's probably not going to want to waste his life to spite these creatures. He knows that he will outlive them anyway, though he wants them dead, and he wouldn't risk that much to kill them. He can always try again later. But he should not leave without a warning to the party. He should let them know that what they have done is endanger the town. If Anaxaster leaves, the town will be destroyed by stone giants. If Anaxaster is gone, the stone giants return. So the party can decide. Defeat me now and deal with the stone giants, or allow me to live. Allow me to take care of this town. Allow me to keep the stone giants at bay, as all dragons do. And I will not chase you down. I will not kill you. This could be an awesome moment for the party to decide, do we try to finish off the dragon or not? Either way, dragon's not going to die if you play your cards right. He's still going to get away, but he will abandon Orlebar if the party decides to try to slay him. If they let him live to fight another day, he will use some magic spells, maybe modify memory, to change the memories of everybody in town so that they don't know that he is a blue dragon and he can continue to live in peace until he is ready to take on your party again. So anyway, that's how I'm going to be running my blue dragon boss, Lord Anaxaster, a young blue dragon about 100 years old or so. If you have any ideas on how to make this better or make it fit your own campaign, please use those. But what I highly recommend, again, is making sure that this is a legendary creature. He's got connections to the party. They've heard his name a few times before that fight happens. And that's what will make a fight with a young blue dragon the best battle ever. And I will play you later.